Hello everyone, this is Miss Zia. It's so nice to see you. In this video, we are going to learn about how buffer keeps you alive. Before we start, I would like to ask you, how is it going today? I hope you have energy level of 5 while watching this video. Have you ever wondered why our body feels alright even if we drink something acidic like mango, lemon, or strawberry juice? These acidic fruits actually have pH level below our blood pH level. Some of you maybe feel discomfort if you have gastric problem, but commonly we enjoy it and our body feels alright. The answer actually lies in how buffer keeps you alive. Normally, our pH level in blood is 7.35 to 7.45. This pH level is so crucial because if our pH level below this normal pH, we call it acidosis, and if the pH level above this interval, we call it alkalosis. This condition can cause many discomfort and eventually death. Why so? Because our body consists of many enzymes and protein that can work in specific pH level and temperature. So when it is above or below the normal pH level, it will be denatured and cause many problems in our body. So this is only few conditions we can see. There are respiratory and metabolic acidosis and alkalosis that can cause pneumonia, anxiety, diarrhea, vomiting, and so on. So maintaining our pH level in blood is very crucial, right? I would like to tell you about our learning objective in this lesson. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand how the buffer system formed to maintain blood pH, and you'll be understand the response of extracellular buffer system to the addition of small amount of acid or base. Let's jump right in. So, there are so many buffer systems in our body, but in this video, we only covered two of them. They are in our respiratory system. As you can see, when carbon dioxide and water react, it will form carbonic acid, and then in erythrocyte that can attract or release H+. Now, we want to know about how a buffer system can exist in our bloodstream. Suppose this is our blood vessel that contain many things here. One of them is erythrocyte. When carbon dioxide enter our blood, it will undergo a reaction with water to form H2CO3, or we call it carbonic acid. The carbonic acid then can hydrolyze to form H+ and bicarbonate ion. The H+ that form can attract to Hb, or we call it hemoglobin. We call it deoxygenated hemoglobin. It will form HHb+, while the carbonic acid will release into the plasma as extracellular buffer that we can discuss later. Alright, so the HHb+ can react with oxygen to form H+ and HbO2. HbO2 or oxygenated hemoglobin can undergo further reaction that result in oxygen for metabolic activities. Now we want to talk about extracellular buffer system. These are the species that involve in extracellular buffer system. They are carbonic acid and bicarbonate ion. As you can see, this is the equilibrium. We have talked before. On the left side is the production of carbonic acid, and we want to talk about the right side of this equilibrium. You see, the buffer system consists of weak acid, we call it carbonic acid, and the conjugate base is the bicarbonate ion. So when the acid enters the bloodstream, how our body maintain the pH level? The acid or H plus will be react with conjugate base or the bicarbonate ion. It will result in the weak acid or carbonic acid. It will increase the carbonic acid concentration. And if we take a look at this equilibrium, when the carbonic acid increased, the equilibrium will shift to the right side to form bicarbonate ion. So this is basically like a cycle, right? So this acid addition in our bloodstream can slightly decrease the pH level of our blood. And then when the base enter our bloodstream, the base or hydroxide ion will be react with weak acid and result in bicarbonate ion and water. The bicarbonate ion will be increased. This will increase the conjugate base concentration. So, when the bicarbonate ion increase, the equilibrium will shift to the left side, result in higher weak acid concentration. In contrast with previous case, the addition of base in our bloodstream can slightly increase the pH level of our blood. Actually, the buffer system has the capacity. If we add too much acid or base into the bloodstream, it's not going to be the same with this mechanism. So if it is a lot of base or acid into our bloodstream, someone will suffer from the condition we talked before, acidosis and alkalosis. So we have learned that there are two types of buffer in our bloodstream, that is in our hemoglobin and carbonic bicarbonate ion buffer. So when the acidic substance enter bloodstream, the carbonic acid will be much higher in concentration than bicarbonate ion. On the other hand, when basic substance enter bloodstream, bicarbonate ion will be much higher than carbonic acid. This substance concentration is fluctuative in our body to help maintain the pH level of our blood, so that everything else, every system, every enzyme in our body can work properly. That is all for the lesson. I hope you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson. Thank you very much and bye bye.